How's it going, everyone? I'm standing here next to my stepson's 2015 Impala Limited. The original intent of this video shifted rather quickly. So just going to throw out there that what you're going to see at the beginning doesn't end up becoming what's the issue or anything I repair. So just go into it knowing that. And I'll explain the whole thing at the end. So enjoy my intro. So today we got a 2015 Chevy Impala Limited. Yes, all you haters that tell me that these were stopped in 2013, you're wrong. This is a fleet limited model from 2015. Having some issues shifting. So we're gonna take it out on the road, hook up the old TECHM, and see what she's doing. Alright, so I got the TECHM hooked up, and here we go. TCM PO989, transmission fluid pressure switch circuit low voltage. Oh, there's two, so let's see if we got another one. Transmission fluid pressure switch, switch 4, low voltage. Okay. Just gonna take it for a quick spin and just show you what it's doing. And then I'll show you the $40 fix versus spending between $500 and $1,000 just for the part. You can repair it's called the TECHM, TECHM, or they call it the transmission control module. It's easily repaired, pretty easy to access, and well, let's take it for a spin and then I'll commence the repair. I'm just gonna start rolling here. So the 1-2 shift took off fine. 2-3 shifted fine. Yeah, of course now when I start driving it's not gonna do it. Well, I'll tell you, it was when you take off from a stop, there's a hesitation and almost like it slams into gear. Maybe it's because I let this thing sit overnight. I don't know. Whatever. You guys saw the trouble codes on here. Let me see if I can get it to do it. I gotta. Alright, let me just pull onto a side road here. We'll just see if I can get it to do it from a dead stop. Okay, we're stopped. Nope, that's not doing it. Okay. Well, we know what the problem is. I know what it's doing. I've experienced it. I guess we just won't be able to show it on video what it's doing. But let's get back to the house and start tearing the TECHM out. So as I was charging up my laptop, I was gonna fix this or replace this busted mirror cap. Went and spray painted it, got it looking all beautiful, and I just left to move the car and a goddamn beetle got on here and just started tracking. I'm so pissed because this looks so beautiful. So here are the parts I purchased from Amazon, actually. You're gonna need a gasket for the cover, TCM cover, and then you're gonna need you can't really see it, but this little gasket here goes around where the electrical connector comes through the case cover. You're gonna need a new one of those. Here's the part numbers. And then when you go to order this seal kit, here's the part number for that. It's got the installation tools. It's got the little disc, and it has the seals. You can see them right there. And then there is a pretty comprehensive instruction set right on the Amazon page here. I tried looking at this with my phone and you can't zoom in on it, so I got it up on the laptop. It's pretty easy. You just, you take these seals out, you fish these broken discs out, you pop these little pistons that are under them out, you clean everything up, and then you go reinstall the new discs. There's a special tool for getting them in there, and then there's a special tool for installing the seals. And you put the sucker back in the car. That's pretty much it. And then Bonbo, that's the version I bought. It usually says the frequently purchased together, and it gives you this orange seal. This one will not work on the transmission that's in the 9th and 10th gen Impalas. So you got to get this one here. This one will tell you it doesn't fit your car. And I looked this one up on Rock Auto, and then when I looked the partner number up on Amazon, it verified that it fit. So don't go by what's on here. But this is the second one here, the gasket, is the one to get. Alright, so what we're going to need to do is remove this cover and remove the electrical connector. And to access it, we're probably going to have to jack the car up to get the to get some of the bottom bolts. So I think that's going to entail removing the cross brace, removing the air box, possibly moving the PCM out of the way because there's a hose going there. I think we should be able to get it just fine with this radiator hose there. I don't want to fuck with that, especially after I just drove the car. I'm gonna drain the transmission. I don't know that it's necessary, but I bought a gallon jug of Deck 6 and 2 extra quarts, so we got six total. Transmission I think takes 5.28 quarts to do a drain and fill. So I'm just gonna do that. This car has like 85,000 miles on it, so we'll throw some fresh fluid in there when we're done. But yeah, we'll get started taking this apart. I'm gonna disconnect the battery too. Just disconnect the negative terminal. Since we're dealing with electrical connectors and such, we don't want to cause any issues there. Alright, so to get that air box off that last little pin, I had to take the headlight out, and you have to get through it right there. And this PCM tray just pulls up. And I could move this, maybe, I don't know, it's out of the way. Might be able to do that to get the bolts out of there. I think that might be good. Good position. Got a good clear view of cover there. Got the cross brace off, got the battery disconnected, top cover's off, air box is out. I think we got a pretty clean shot here. Still debating on whether I want to jack the car up or not. So let me see, these are 11, nope, I think they're 10 millimeter. Verify that. These are 10 millimeters, okay. And I'm gonna keep track of what bolt goes where so they go back in the same, just in case they're different lengths. And then I'm gonna go drain the transmission. I think, if I remember correctly, that's an 11 millimeter, but I will verify in a second. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. So yes, to verify, this plug is an 11 millimeter. And I'll just link in the description how to do a transmission service on these cars. So we got her draining. It's almost, looks like she's almost empty. I'll just let that drip for a little bit and then put the plug back in, and I think we got enough fluid out to where we can start taking this apart. Get that dipstick out of there. I can probably, so to unplug, looks like this little red piece comes out, and then you just, to press, I think you press. Yeah, sure. Probably need two hands to do this. I'm holding the phone while I'm doing it. Or do you maybe put a screwdriver under here to unclip it. Yeah. All right, back on tripod. Well, let's try this again. Yep. A little screwdriver in front, give it a little pop. Yep, and this just pops out. Okay. And connectors look good. I might put a little dielectric on there, I don't know. But so we can, let's get back in here. You can see there's that seal around there. This thing might have been leaking. Can't tell. Might be a good thing that I got a new seal for that. So I'm going to commence taking this front cover off. I'm going to put the plug back in the drain pan first. Well, I'm going to have to take a little detour before continuing on with this. I emptied here we go. I emptied the fluid out, and I only got just a little less than 2 quarts. So when I crawled under there, I noticed the front valence was all grimy. Took a peek down here, and I don't think you can see it on the camera, but it looks like this, the lower, right here, the lower transmission cooler line is leaking at the radiator. Can't really see it too well, but it is just all full of shit. And I followed the line up to here. I was thinking maybe a change in the lines. I saw a video from 89 Impo 3. He replaced a fitting at the top of his radiator on his 13 Impala. So I went and looked up his video. I got the part number. I think I'm going to run to the parts store. AutoZone has one in stock. I think I'm going to try that. And makes me wonder if I need to continue on with this. I'm not sure. Part of me still wants to take that apart. The other part of me is like, maybe this thing was low on fluid and that's why it was doing the delayed shifting. Because that would make sense. Right? Right? Sound off in the comments below. So yeah. I think that's what we're gonna do here. Well, luckily my local AutoZone had this transmission cooler fitting for the radiator, and I picked up a disconnect tool to go in there to disconnect this. So I think I'm gonna give that a try. Part of me just wants to just dump some fluid in there and take it for a drive, reset the codes, and see if anything pops up again. And then there's the other part of me that's like, I've taken it apart this far, I should just go ahead with it. But then what if I take it out and all the discs are fine on it? I think I'm going to go with option A, honestly. And then I'll revisit this if it's still acting up. But honestly, that's probably something I should have just checked right off the bat, was check the damn fluid level. Knowing this damn kid, he doesn't take care of his fucking car. I mean, it's not shock. I'm not shocked that he wouldn't have checked the damn fluid level. I checked the fucking oil and it's half a quart low. The only thing is, this ain't my car. He bought this car himself, and everything I told him about it, it's on him now. Still frustrating nonetheless. So a 19 millimeter fits on here to get the old one out, and then you use the small end of this tool to go in there and that depresses that clip. I mean, I suppose you could take a pick and fish this thing out of here too, but this I'm gonna be doing this mostly by braille because the damn radiator hose is in the way. I mean, I might be able to reach up underneath, but that frickin' splash shield's in the way. I don't know. I'll just put it on time lapse and you can watch me fumble through it in 5 times speed. So I ended up having to take this fan loose because the damn tool kept hitting into it. So I thus necessitated the removal of the upper engine mount. So wow, man, this is just, and I'm still struggling to get that line off. I can at least see it now, and the tool is kind of unencumbered. So I'm gonna sit there and work on that. Hopefully get it out. But good Lord, what a pain in the ass. I'm almost wishing that that wasn't the issue and I was deep into fixing that TECHM right now. So yeah, I'm gonna stay committed to plan A, replace that fitting, fill it up with trans fluid, clear the codes, take it for a drive and see what it does. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. I ended up having to take this fan all the way out, and to get it out I had to pop off the top transmission cooler line. So, and in doing so, what I found is that, the tool's down here. The tool doesn't really disconnect the line, but it helps you pull the spring clip off there. So I'm down to, I can see the fitting right there. I got the tool on it. I'm just gonna punch it in, take a pick, and then wrangle it out. And then check this out. This is where the other end of it goes into the transmission. It doesn't have those stupid fittings like the 4T65E has. The lower one goes there, and the upper one goes way back here somewhere. It connects the same way. So that's one good thing about these 6T70s, is you don't have to worry about them stupid fittings leaking on the transmission, just on the radiator. Whew. So what an ordeal. Hella frickin' Luya, I got it. Here it is right here. Right now it's disconnected from the trans, but I think I got enough room to get down there and get my socket on there and get that old fitting off. Here's the offending piece of shit right here. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that you might want to put your drain pan right under there, because it's going to start leaking. What an ordeal. This took way too much. I had to take way too much apart to get this apart. Yeah, so I'm going to right now take some Scotch-Brite to the end of those fittings. The two on here and the one on the upper one that I took out. I want to make sure they seat in here. Just looking this old one over. I don't care that I lost the clip, because I got one in the new one. So there's the new one. So out with the old, in with the new. I think I'm gonna scrape all that shit out of there, hit it with some brake cleaner, clean it up before I put it all back together. Maybe clean off these lines. Ay, ay, ay. So I said brake clean, but I actually took super clean down there. Got that all tidied up. Oh, I gotta get some more of that valence. I might just go under the car and get all that crap off there, but took some Scotch-Brite to the end of these fittings. I'm gonna start putting that back together. So I got that transmission line changed, the fitting changed. You can see it right there. I ended up having to yank the radiator hose because this thing was leaking coolant down on the ground. I thought maybe I cracked the radiator or something, so I went and drained the radiator. Went to take the hose clamp off, and where is it? Fucking thing broke. So, for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go buy a new radiator hose and some good clamps and hook it up, and hopefully I don't need to buy a new radiator. So, it's just this fucking car. It's just been a damn nightmare. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video because I've gone way off track from what I originally thought I was gonna do with it. Well, anyway. Well, I got a regular old band clamp on there now. And I mopped up all the excess. I closed off the petcock. I'm gonna dump some coolant in there and see if she leaks. See if I need a new radiator. Well, it's leaking. I don't think I can show it too well on here, but yeah, there you can see it. There it is. Well, I'm off to get another radiator. Well, my local AutoZone had a new rad, and the circus continues. I had to take the closeout panel and go down here and lift up on the condenser to get it disconnected from the radiator. But I got her ready to come out. So I honestly don't know what I did. I don't know if I cracked it when I was putting this new fitting in, if I tightened it too tight, which I just might have done. Because man, I was snugging it up and it's leaking. I must have cracked it right there. So that's an expensive mistake on my part. Doing this all by, I thought I'd be able to do it blindly. So here's a word to the wise. If your bottom fitting's leaking, just take the damn radiator out and fix it that way. Yep. Well, hey, told you, I'm a fucking shade tree. I ain't a pro. This is how shade trees do shit, man. Hope you can learn from my mistakes. But hey, I'm gonna throw the new radiator in. Getting that new rad in there wasn't too hard. I made sure to keep all the plugs on there. Now I'll take all them off and connect the hoses back up. Let's see if I can remember how all this stuff goes back on. The condenser slid on there pretty easy too. So hey, yeah, expensive lesson for me. To reiterate, take your radiator out when you're going to replace that lower fitting. Because I cracked the damn radiator. So yeah, I got everything back in. Those fans, the only thing is there's a tab on the driver's side I think is a little too tight and I can't get the fan to drop down in it. Man, I feel good now. We're going good. It's going good. Get this back together. I'll get the motor mount back on. I'll get the radiator mounts back on. Get that upper hose back on, the upper cooler line. Fill it with coolant, fill it with trans fluid. Put the air box back on. Take her for a spin. It's also nice to have the very identical car in your driveway so you can look and see how everything's put back together. Alright, we're all buttoned back up. New rads in, closeout panels in, all the lines are hooked up. Radiator and fans are bolted down. I'm gonna put the PCM tray back in its spot. And we're gonna dump some coolant. Oh, you know what? I'll forget that. I forgot the shit. I gotta get the motor mount. Now we're ready to start adding some death cool. I should really get my funnel. That wasn't quite a full gallon because I had used some of this stuff. We'll let that gurgle. We'll squeeze the hoses. Get some of the air out of here. So I got one more bottle. Hear anything dripping on the floor. Anything going in my... I got a bucket on the passenger side right here and a drain pan on the driver's side under the petcock. Let's just take a peek. Oh. See, I'm out of there. She looks bone dry. Probably can't see on the camera, but I'm looking down by the fitting. Nothing. And we're sealed up pretty good here. I just hear her self-burping. That's what I love about these 3.6s with this. There's no bleeding. This shit self-bleeds. Alright. I'm gonna add a little more of that, and then I'm gonna start dumping some trans fluid down the gullet there. So I'm still jacked up. I poured 5 1/4 quarts down the transmission. So I pulled the dipstick and the line it's in the hot area. I'm thinking when I level the car, it'll be in the cold area. Oh, I'm gonna get the airbox back in here. We're gonna start her up. All right, I'm all buttoned back up. I just changed the oil. Battery's reconnected. I'm ready to hit it. Just want to see. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get that VCX Nano hooked up, and I'm going to clear them codes too. Let's fire it up first. I just want to see if I got any leaks. Oh yeah, I was cleaning the throttle body out, so. Alright, let's do this. Let's see what happened here. That's my coolant. Oh wow, coolant level stayed. Oh, more importantly, let's see if we got any leaks under here. Anything coming down? No. I don't see anything coming down. I don't know if I can really see down. Oh, right here. The camera's really not picking it up. Bone dry. Oh, excellent. Oh, I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm gonna have to clear them codes. I don't know that I want to drive it yet. I want to get it up to operating temp. Get it to operating temp and check that trans fluid. I think, yeah, I'll do this off camera. I'm gonna hook my Nano up and clear them codes. So I totally forgot, when you have the battery disconnected for several hours, it deletes the codes anyway, so there's nothing stored. We're getting up to operating temp. I'm gonna check that fluid pretty quick here. Alright, she's up to temp. Where are we at? Oh, we still got to add. Get in the frame here. Focus. I am low. Yep. We're halfway to hot. Okay. I almost wonder if I should go drive it. I don't want to overfill. I don't want to overfill this thing. Yeah, you know what? There's enough in there to take it for a drive. I'm gonna drive it because I put 5 1/4 quarts in there, and it says 5.28, and I'm not 0.3 of a quart low. I think I'm gonna take it for a drive. And away we go. This thing doesn't have backup camera. He's never expressed any desire to have one, so otherwise I would gladly put one in. Dude, I'd get you some LED headlights too. He's got no interest in that shit. Alright. Stupid thing, my laptop's sitting on the seat. Damn, he needs some LED headlights. These stock halogens suck. Jesus Christ, I gotta have a word with that boy. It's really fucking late. I've been working on this car all damn day. Fire department was putting out a barbecue demonstration over here. Alright, this is a 45-mile-an-hour road. Hey, you yield to me, you fucker. Okay. Well, so far so good. This is a desolate street. I'm just gonna... Woo! I didn't even turn the traction control off. Alright, yeah, dude, there, he was 3 quarts low on trans fluid. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, I gotta get back to the house and check that level. Yeah, alright. Okay, I'm gonna give her a check here. Oh yeah, it's up to full hot now. Oh yeah. Okay. See, I made the right call. Oh, focus. See it? We're all the way up to the hot mark. There it is. Hot. Yup. So I was right taking it for a drive instead of filling it up. Well, I sanded down this mirror. I'm gonna have to paint it. Do it another time. Man, I'm telling you, it looked beautiful. So he's gonna have to go without that for right now. I don't care. It's here. I'm gonna chew him out for his lack of maintenance on this thing. So I just want to squeeze this in here before I finish the video. No codes after taking that drive. So I'm gonna recant my story here. My wife actually told me that she was riding with him earlier this week and noticed that the car was shifting funny. And he told her he'd been doing it for a while, and she smacked him upside the head and said, "Hey, why didn't you come take it to Kev?" You know, he knows what it is. So then he told me what it was doing, and my mind immediately went to those shift solenoids. So we planned on him dropping the car off. I was like, okay, shit, I'm gonna order the parts. Therefore, you know, I'll have a good while to work on it. He took his mom's car for the day, and here we go. This is what ended up happening. So now you see that the damn transmission cooler line was leaking. I went and broke the goddamn radiator trying to replace that damn thing, and had to get a new radiator. So, you know, I'm not gonna charge him for that radiator. I did that. If I had been, you know, a little less impatient and taken the damn radiator out to begin with and replaced that thing on the bench, maybe I wouldn't have ended up in this scenario. But hey, you know, at least I was competent enough to get it repaired, and now he's got a new radiator out of the deal, and about 1 3/4 gallons of fresh coolant in there, and a fresh oil change. So I did finally get that mirror cap on there. I had ended up having to chip away at the old one to carefully get the glass off there, because this one I sacrificed for the cap, it had the smooth here, so I ended up having to switch all this over. But I busted the glass taking it apart. So this one was already cracked. And the other thing too is, tell me that silver matches beautifully. They didn't sell Duplicolor in this. I'll flash the name of the silver on the screen. I ended up getting Galaxy Silver, and you'd be hard pressed to see the difference. This isn't Galaxy Silver. I'll flash that color on the screen. I can't remember what it's called, but it isn't Galaxy. It's a completely different paint code. But this was, you know, $14 can of paint. Didn't have to buy a new mirror. Just sacrificed a mirror cap I had from an extra mirror. Looks pretty good. So let's call this one Dad's Misadventure. More of a cautionary tale than a how-to, but anyway, thanks for supporting my channel. Give me a thumbs up, and deuces. We'll see you in the next video.